opener here for Game 2 between the Auburn Doubledays and Jamestown Tarp Skunks already underway. Tommy Carolyn standing up there with a 1-2 count facing Nick Iannello. We'll get you all the lineups and defensive positions here momentarily. As that one low in the dirt, 2-2. Drake Guinness and Jason Sample here, ready to call Game 2 with you after the Christian Pensick 7-inning no-hitter. First no-hitter here in Jamestown Tarp Skunks history. Ground ball toward the middle. Gloved by Marshall, throwing to first is going to be too late. And a leadoff single.
So no-hitter this game.
No back-to-back no-nos. As Anthony DeCesar, the catcher, will come up as the second batter of the afternoon for the Doubledays. It's going to be Tommy Carolyn, Anthony DeCesar, Sam Meyer, 1, 2, 3, followed by Parker Schwake, Max Fishbin, Nick Izzo, 4, 5, 6. Actually, nope, I've got them all out of order here. It's Carolyn, Meyer, DeCesar, Izzo, Sullivan, Fishburne, Vasquez, Schwake, Smith, Thompson, and McGeorge is your starting pitchers. There's a line drive into left field. That is a base hit. So Nick Iannella, the Jamestown starting pitcher, comes in and gives up the base hit to the first two hitters he sees. Definitely a different change than Game 1.
We were talking about Iannella before the broadcast began and how he's really got some quality numbers as well. So a little bit disarming here to see him giving up 2 hits in the first 2 batters he faced, but we also know that he can easily go into lockdown mode at any moment based on his past experience and records.
As Anthony DeCesar, the catcher, stands in, takes the first pitch he sees for a ball, 1-0. Let's give you the defensive alignment for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Bremner, Dumas, Costello from left to right. Weeks, Marshall, Lagoni, and Smith from third to first. Nathan Borchardt behind the plate. Nick Iannello on the mound. As that one taken for a strike. 1-1 the count. Iannello comes in with a 4-0 record. 13 2/3 innings pitched. 1.98 ERA, a 1.02 whip with 11 strikeouts against 8 walks. Has been absolutely solid here for the Tarp Skunks. Checks the runner at second. 1-1 pitch called. The strike on the outside corner. 1-2 the count.
Anthony DeCesar, by the way, comes from University of Delaware. His hometown is Yorktown Heights. He's a freshman at Delaware.
And the pitch. Ground ball to third. Could be 2. Second for 1. Throw on to first. 2. In time. A double play. Kerwin advances to third on the 5-4-3. And that's going to bring up Nick Izzo with 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away.
So, despite giving up 2 hits to the first 2 batters he's seen, Iannello has a chance of getting out this one without any damage if he can retire Izzo or at least prevent the base runner at third from advancing.
As Adam Sullivan, the Doubleday shortstop, stands in, takes the first pitch he sees. Or make that Nick Izzo, the extra hitter, stands in. Takes the first pitch he sees for a strike, and it's 0-1. Getting the Doubledays roster at the last possible second, so we're playing a little scramble here. As there's a pop-up, shallow right, coming in is Costello. He gloves it, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's the Doubledays nothing, and the Tarp Skunks coming to bat.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering, so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
And welcome back to Detrick Park. Jason Sample along with Dre Guinness bringing you the play-by-play here in the ball game number 2 of our doubleheader. And we are entering the bottom of the first inning. This broadcast is brought to you by Wegmans, proud sponsor of CCS-TV's coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. At Wegmans, every day you get our best, from farm-fresh ingredients to helpful people who care. Stop in today and see how Wegmans is helping people live healthier, better lives, one meal at a time. Also, after the final out, hit Honest John's for fresh subs, crispy wings, and pizza. That always wins. Order online, honestjohns.pizza, or stop in after the ball game. Honest John's, proud sponsor of CCS-TV's coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks in 2025.
All right, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks lineup for game number 2, leading on, playing center field, is going to be Matthew Dumas. Jacob Haynes, the designated hitter. Nolan Smith will bat third at first base. Justin Bremner will clean up, playing left field. Nathan Borchardt will hit fifth behind the dish. The shortstop, Brady Marshall, bats sixth. Dom Costello in right will bat seventh. Ty Lagoni, the second baseman, will bat eighth. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, the extra hitter, will hit ninth. And Eric Weeks will hit 10th. They will face Matt McGeorge for the Auburn Doubledays, 2-0, with a 3.75 ERA. And the first pitch to Dumas is cut on and missed for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Dumas did a great job with a bunt last game in the first game of this doubleheader here. That beat out a throw to first, caused an error, and added some insurance runs for the Skunks to make sure they could get that win. Of course, they didn't really need any insurance runs with a no-hitter being pitched.
Weak ground ball to second, thrown to first, and there is one away. Thompson charging that one, and enough time to throw out the speedy Dumas at second.
So Haynes, the designated hitter, now stepping up to the plate.
And Jacob Haynes, big power right-handed hitter in the designated hitter spot for game number 2. And the first pitch is a breaking ball right down the gut for a strike. 0-1 the count. McGeorge kicks and throws, and that one in the dirt outside for a ball, 1-1. Tarp Skunks winning game number 1 on the strength of a Christian Pensick 7-inning no-hitter. The first no-hitter in Jamestown Tarp Skunks history.
And you had the pleasure of calling it, Dre.
Yeah, I can retire now.
Matt McGeorge, by the way, comes from Massillon, Ohio. He's a sophomore at Mercyhurst University, just down the road here in Erie, Pennsylvania.
I was just in Erie, Pennsylvania a couple of days ago.
I was just in Northeast yesterday. Went antiquing with my wife. That's what you do when you're in your middle age.
Oh, is that what it is? There's a line drive right to short. Sullivan snags it for out number 2. And quickly, Nolan Smith, the third-place hitter, will come up. I've been trying to figure that out. We went to the Erie Mall yesterday, or I want to say it was Tuesday or Wednesday, just because I wanted a cheesesteak. And that's the closest place I know to get a decent cheesesteak. Smith stands in, takes the first pitch up and away for a ball, 1-0. There used to be a place
here in town.
Down on Fairmont.
Yeah.
That closed down. That made me sad. Is that one outside? 2-0. They had some great cheesesteaks.
That was their specialty.
Yeah.
They were nothing but cheesesteaks, it seemed like, on there. I mean, they probably had other things, but what they sold on. I mean, they had banners in front that said cheesesteak sold here.
As that one misses 3-0. Yeah, they had a smoker out back where they would smoke the mushrooms and onions and bacon as well. I mean, you could add the smokes. It was good, and then they closed down, so we have to go to the chain out in the Erie Mall.
Gotta drive all the way to Erie.
Worth it, though. As that one up and away for a 2-out walk as Nolan Smith aboard. Which will bring up the left fielder, Justin Bremner. You know, we talk about food here in Jamestown. I'm a huge food guy. And, you know, we have a ton of pizza options. I do like Honest John's. I do go there once every couple of weeks for the buffet. I like to hit that place up. But the one thing that I'm looking for is a swing and a miss by Justin Bremner, 0-1. I'm looking for the New Haven thin crust, super like coal fire. I haven't found it yet.
I know they just opened a thin crust pizza place in downtown, but other than that, I can't think of any. Here's a
grounded to third, picked up by Vasquez, throw on to first in time to put Bremner away. And that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, one left. We go to the top of the second inning, no score in Game 2 in Jamestown.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
And welcome back to Detrick Park. Top of the second inning here. Tarp Skunks Baseball on CCS-TV is brought to you by Schultz Auto Group, a proud sponsor of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Visit any of our locations in Jamestown or Warren, Pennsylvania, or online at schultzauto.com. Schultz Auto Group, proud sponsor of the Tarp Skunks on CCS-TV in 2025.
As we begin the second inning of work, Nick Iannello on the mound. He will face the order of Sullivan, Fishbin, and Vasquez as the first pitch. Inside corner for a strike.
Fishbine,
that's what it is.
I don't know. I apologize.
We'll go with that.
Should have done I apologize. I should have went down there and asked, but I don't think they wanted to speak with us much after that no-hitter.
Absolutely not, as Sullivan swings through Iannella's 1-0 offering, or 0-1 offering. Now it's 0-2 the count. Fishbine on deck. That's what we'll go with. The pitch. Up and away. 1-2.
Adam Sullivan from Syracuse, New York at Lemoyne College. I think I said that back in the first game, but we'll say it again here.
Iannella kicks and throws. There's a line drive to first. Nice pick by Smith on the short hop. Takes it himself for out number one.
Really nice job there. Good reflex there. And now Fishbine steps on up to the plate. Atlanta, Georgia is his hometown. Goes to college at Denison University.
All right. Familiar with that area?
I was going to say, yeah. Didn't you spend time in Atlanta?
As I like to say, I did 10 years. Sounds like a prison sentence, and it felt like it. As the first pitch squared a bunt, came inside, and for Fishbein, luckily he hit his bat.
I've got a friend who lives here in Jamestown that should work for the Atlanta Tourism Bureau because all he ever talks about is going back down to Georgia, going back to Atlanta, how much he loves going to Atlanta. He's a Braves fan, of course, but I don't hold that too much against him.
First 0-1 pitch up high for a ball, 1-0.
But he makes it sound like it's just heaven on earth.
Absolutely not. You know, when I first moved out there in, I want to say it was 2000. When did I move out there? 2004. When I first moved, so everyone's fouled off to the right. Almost hits the cameraman. They were running a new, like a campaign, you know, what should Atlanta's new tourist slogan be? And my suggestion was Atlanta as seen on cops. And the pitch. Whoa, that one just missed somewhere. Yeah, it's 2-2. It's a nice place to visit. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice place to visit. But unless you really enjoy sweating 90% of the year, it's not for me. Ground ball to third. Weeks has it, throws on to first in time for out number 2.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm not a big fan of southern climate. I live down, I guess, south of the Mason-Dixon line is south, but Morgantown, West Virginia isn't exactly the deep south. But living down south for several summers kind of made me really appreciate back up here in the Great Lakes region. Baltimore was really, really hot and humid, and I spent a deal of time there. I can imagine Atlanta is comparable, if not much worse.
Have you ever been to Florida in I don't know.
Sure have. I went there in July in Florida for a week, and it was awful.
So imagine that amped up by 2.5 times. Because with Florida,
you have a breeze.
Yeah,
at least
you've got water surrounding you. When you're,
right.
when you're in Atlanta, you're landlocked. You're not going anywhere, and neither is that humidity. 0-1 the count to Vasquez as Iannello comes in again. That one fouled off to the right, not a play. 0-2 quickly. You know, and you definitely have to do your homework when you go down to Atlanta because there are like 19 different streets with the name Peachtree in it. You know, but there are some great places down there. Called strike 3. Vasquez got caught looking for Waldo. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. No score in Jamestown.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
Jamestown Tarp Skunks will be on the road Tuesday in Niagara up in Canada. Back home on Thursday, July 3rd, as it is fireworks night here at the ballpark. The Niagara Ironbacks coming in to celebrate America's birthday, and then back on the road in Niagara. It's going to be a Niagara week, all week, 3 games, 2 away, 1 home, and then back here next Sunday as Newark comes into town for a double dip, 4 and 6:30 p.m., and then Auburn back here on Monday, July the 7th for $2 night. And you know what that means: $2 beer, $2 hot dogs, $2 beer, $2 bleachers, $2 soda, $2 beer. Foul down the first base line, and of course $2 beer and $2 beer as Nathan Borchardt leads off. 0-1 the count to the Tarp Skunks catcher. I think the point is there, Jason, a lot of things, $2.
It sure is, and it's always a great way to take advantage of baseball. And, it's affordable anytime, comparatively speaking, but it's especially affordable when you have the $2 buyout night. That's not fireworks night, is it?
No. Okay. Fireworks night next Thursday.
Next Thursday, July 3rd.
And then $2 night
the
July
following
7th.
Got it.
That Monday.
And that'll be Newark.
Nope, that'll be Auburn.
Oh.
Newark's here for the double dip.
I don't pay attention. I'm sorry, Dre.
There will be a test on this later.
I'll take better notes. I promise.
Yeah, that's what I told my teachers at JCC right before I withdrew from physics. Is that one up and away? 3-1. I gotta tell you something. When you barely pass algebra in high school and then try to go back to learn physics 30 years later, it's probably not a good idea.
No.
That one fouled off 3-2.
I am proud to say that I've used the Pythagorean theorem more times than I care to admit. So
I
at
can't even
least
say it.
learning that has helped me out. But most of the mathematics I studied in college and high school didn't really do much afterward. There's a walk for the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the second inning.
That was a good at bat for Nathan Borchardt. Looked off ball 4, and so Brady Marshall comes up with nobody out and a runner on here in the bottom of the second inning. In case you're just joining us and you missed game 1, well, nothing happened in game 1 that you really need to know about other than, Christian Pensick throwing a 7-inning no-hitter.
Great job in pitching. It wasn't one of those no-hitters where a lot of walks were given up. Only 3 runners reached base, 2 being hit by a pitch, and 1 being walked. Otherwise, it was a no-go at all for Auburn.
And I got to say, I felt it was going to happen when Blake Herman made that diving catch. Is that one in for a strike, 1-1? It always seems like in every no-hitter there is that one play that the defensive play that defines that no-hitter. That dive by Blake Herman defined that no-hitter.
Yeah, it illustrates that your players out on the field will do anything and everything it takes to help you get to that piece of history and that major moment. So you're right. There's always a key play on defense that helps a pitcher out in a no-hitter, unless your name is Randy Johnson.
Has that one taken for a strike, 1-2. Now, see, the question that I had, and I'm still considering it a legit no-hitter, is that back in the COVID season of 2020, as the ball in the dirt, runner's going to go, Borchardt in on the delayed steal. So with the count 2-2, Borchardt takes advantage of a ball in the dirt. Call that a pass ball. They were doing the doubleheader, the 7-inning doubleheader rule in the major leagues that season. Madison Bumgarner, who had come close in the Giants uniform many times, pitched a 7-inning no-hitter for Arizona, and they didn't count it as a ground ball to short, throwing to first. Marshall is out for the first out of the inning. Borchardt advances to third.
Yeah, I mean, he had no say in it being a 7-inning ball game, so give it the asterisk treatment, I guess, Call it a no-hitter. Put a little asterisk there and a little footnote at the bottom of the baseball almanac that indicates that it was a 7-inning no-hitter due to the pandemic.
I wouldn't even put an asterisk in it because at the time it was considered as a complete game. It's the first pitch to Dom Costello.
Well, you're a lot more lenient than I am, Mr. Guinness.
Well, I mean, look, I am very much a purist when it comes to baseball. There are a few things that, they have made newer rules that it took me a while to get into. Is there's a drive into left field. That one's going to hang up there and is caught by Kerwin. Coming in to score is Borchardt as the throw home. Offline, a sacrifice fly is good enough to give the Tarp Skunks the lead. It's 1-0. And that's going to bring up Ty Lagone.
Great job there to drive the ball deep enough to get that run to score, and that's just fundamental baseball right there. Station to station to station. Nice job with the stolen base to advance the scoring position. Sacrifice early, ground out earlier, I should say, advanced over to the third, and now we have that sacrifice to drive in the run, and we're up 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning.
As Ty Lagoni stands in, Tarp Skunks' second baseman. Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to get used to the pitch clock, and I like the idea of it. I just think it needs to be extended by about 5 seconds per pitch, just to, for the guys that didn't come up with that pitch clock. You're seeing a lot of Tommy Johns, and I think that has a lot to do with it. So if you extend it out 5 seconds, I don't think you're going to get as many Tommy Johns. That one bouncing in the dirt.
A phased-in pitch clock would have been nice over a 4-year period or 5-year period. Gradually, incrementally get it to where it's at now, but started out at least 5 seconds faster when they initiated it, and then over time get it to where it's at now even would be a wise idea. Struck out looking there to end this inning, but not until after a run was scored. So 1-0 after 2 innings. The Skunks lead the Doubledays. More baseball coming up in a moment on CCS-TV.
I've definitely got more comfortable being in front of the camera, and I got to meet new people.
If you are into cameras and news and stuff, I would come here. You get to do a lot of cool stuff. You go to one of those baseball games, usually you're just stuck in the stands. But with us, no. You can go on the roof or on the field.
If people want to learn more, you just have to go to ccs-tv.com.
Schultz is the place where you can not only find your next new car, you can customize it exactly how you want it. Build a vehicle from one of your favorite brands. Secure rebates and incentives and expect delivery within 6 to 8 weeks. Get the keys to your ride in-store or in your own driveway and enjoy a year of complimentary Schultz Auto Care. Walk in to view our exciting inventory of vehicles arriving daily, or schedule your digital consultation online today to discover why we say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
I've definitely got more comfortable being in front of the camera.
All right, thanks a lot, Sebi. Great job there. We're ready to begin inning number 3 here with the Skunks up 1-0. Take it away, Drew. Dre.
I've been called worse.
Drew. I know a few Drews in my day, and they all are wonderful people. And I've known one Dre. He's a wonderful person himself.
All right, well, nice save there as Parker Schwake, the right fielder, stands in. 1-1 count to him, and thank you to Sebi for talking with Christian Pensick. Big day today here in Jamestown. History made. As Schwake now facing a 1-2 count. Nick Iannello on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. Kicks and throws, and that one is swung and a missed. Schwake down on strikes for the first out of the 3rd inning.
2 strikeouts now for Iannello. Gave up 2 hits to start the ball game, but he settled right in just like we expected he would. And his stats indicate that he is a very solid pitcher for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, and he's proven it here in the middle stages of the 7-inning ball game.
As the first pitch to Brendan Smith, the DH, down for a ball, 1-0 the count. And the pitch. Ooh, that came inside. Went right off of Smith's ribs. 3rd hit by pitch from the Tarp Skunks pitchers to Doubledays hitters today, first of this game. And with 1 out, 1 on, that is going to bring up the second baseman, Josh Thompson.
Thompson batting 10th, so the leadoff hitter is on deck now, Kerwin, who got that first hit of the ball game in the leadoff spot in the first inning. Let's see what we do at the bottom of the lineup here with Thompson at the plate.
First pitch, way off the plate. 1-0 the count. Earlier today, Batavia beat the Niagara Ironbacks in 8 innings, 7-3 in Game 1 of their doubleheader. Elmira 3-0 winners over the Niagara Falls Americans. As Ionella comes set. Comes in with a strike, and it's 1-1. In Game 2, Niagara Falls returns the favor, beats Elmira by a final score of 7-6. Batavia 2-1 winners over the Ironbacks in Game 2, that one in 8 innings. The Newark Pilots beating the Geneva Red Wings 10-5, that one in the top of the 5th inning. Out in the Eastern Division, the Oneonta Outlaws and the Utica Blue Sox doing battle. It's Utica with a 7-0 lead over Oneonta, that in the bottom of the 5th inning, as 1-2 now to Thompson. Boonville with a 7-2 lead over Glens Falls, and Mohawk Valley with an 8-1 lead over Saugerties. 1-0 here in Jamestown, Game 2. There's a little flare out in the left center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Picked up by Bremner, quickly brought in, and a one-out hit. Puts runners at first and second for the top of the order.
So up steps Kerwin, yeah. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Got a base hit to lead off the ball game. Sam Meyer, who is on deck, also got a base hit to start the ball game here. So we'll see if Ionella can get a little revenge here and put out these next two batters who got hits off him to start the ball game and prevent any damage from being done. Right now, the Skunks nursing a 1-0 lead here at the top of the third.
So after Ionella set 7 down straight, hit a batter and give up a base hit. Back to the top of the order for Tommy Kierwin. First pitch taken way up high for a ball, 1-0. For Kierwin in Game 1, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch, grounded out to second, and grounded out to first.
Kerwin comes from Oswego, New York, attending college at Wofford.
Ionello checking the runner at second, taking a long look, and the pitch. Again, up and away, 2-0. Definitely a different pace between Game 2 and Game 1. Ionello a little bit more deliberate, a little bit more patient in his delivery. And the 2-0 finds the zone for a strike, 2-1.
Yeah, he fired that right down the middle there. Don't want to see the count get up to 3-0, so a nice pitch there. And Kerwin just watched it with a 2-1 count. We'll see what Ionella does. You're right, though. He's very deliberate, waiting for his pitch here, calling off a few of them now, and now he's set to deliver.
Thinking sinker low in the zone here. As that was a foul off to the left. Looked more like a slow breaking ball.
Mm-hmm.
But good idea, change speeds. Change the angle. Now with 2-2, you can go out of the zone to try to get Kierwin to chase. Ground ball to second. That could be 2. And it gets through the legs of Lagoni, turning the corner, heading to the plate, and coming in to score is Smith. And it is 1-1. That turned out to be a mental mistake on Lagoni as well, because as the ball went through his legs, instead of going after it, he stood straight up as if giving up on the play, and that's when Smith was able to turn the corner and score.
I don't think he realized just how well he knocked it down in spite of not being able to field it cleanly. He may have thought that it would go deep into the outfield and felt that one of the outfielders would get it. But no, you got to turn around instinctively and take that. Runners go here on a hit-and-run effort. Swing and fouled back, so no go there. But, yeah, E4 credited on that, so not a hit for Kerwin. We did get a run across the plate, though, so it makes it 1-1. And I think Lagoni there just thought that maybe the ball would be too far out of reach for him, but he definitely had to turn around a little bit quicker and be more reactive to save that from becoming a run scored. So it went from a potential double play to no outs being put, and now we have runners at first and second still with just one out here in the top of the third.
It's an unearned run, so no RBI for Kirwan. And the 0-1 taken up for a ball, 1-1. Meyer had a sacrifice back in game number 1, also flew out, reached on base on an error in the 7th inning. That was that sharp ground ball to Eric Weeks that went off his arm. Called an error that preserved the no-hitter. Runners go as that's in the dirt. Oh, and they have Thompson hung up between they've got an interesting situation here. Where are you going with it? As they're going to chase Thompson to throw into third, not in time.
Oh,
it is in time. They got him.
Yeah, I mean, the umpire said that the tag was there, but the manager for the Doubledays is saying, "Are you kidding me? Are you serious right now?" But he's not giving him too much grief. But Dre, you were correct in the initial call there. He looked safe to me as well. Got there in plenty of time. The tag was put down after the hand was on the bag. But from the angle the umpire is at there in the infield, I just don't think he had an accurate angle of it. Didn't see the hand on the base, and so hey, very fortunate for the Skunks to get the lead runner, and now 2 outs.
As that one's fouled back, and it is 1-2 to Sam Meyer. Scored that one 2. That's just your typical average everyday 2-1-5 put out. For out number 2. And now 1-2, runner at second. Doubledays ran themselves out of an opportunity, and Iannello looking to close the door. It's a curveball way up and in, 2-2. It's one of those curveballs that slips out of the hand a little bit early.
Well, it wasn't coming too fast, so they were able to duck and avoid that. Sam Meyer was.
It's that 12-6 lollipop curve. And it's 3-2 the pitch. Swinging, there's a line drive to third, grabbed by Weeks, and that will end the inning. No runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It is 1-0 Skunks.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
Welcome back to Detrick Park. Graduations, weddings, and bridal showers. DoubleTree by Hilton is your destination for all events in downtown Jamestown. Let their experienced event team help you put together your special event and take the worry and stress out of your shoulders. Off your shoulders. Now offering specials for company events and parties, so stop in or call today. DoubleTree by Hilton in downtown Jamestown, sponsor of the Tarp Skunks in 2025 on CCS-TV.
Due up for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks here in the bottom of the third inning. It's Joaquin Rodriguez-Costa, Eric Weeks, and back to the top of the order with Matthew Dumas. As Matt McGeorge back on the mound to start his third inning of work. 1-1 the score here. I conveniently had a senior moment and forgot that Auburn scored a run in the bottom of the second inning, or top of the third inning. See? It's the senior moments that keep on giving. as that one's fouled off. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, 6'6", 205 left-handed hitter. Stands in. The 0-1 pitch is a high fly ball, right field and deep, heading back and off the wall. It's going to be extra bases. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa with his first extra base hit on the season, a leadoff double, $10 more in the kitty for the Boys and Girls Club of Jamestown, now up to $280. 2 extra base hits here today, 1 in game 1, 1 in game 2, and that's going to bring up Eric Weeks.
And 8 feet away or so from a home run, I would say. It came off of just about where the top half of the wall meets the bottom half of it.
As Eric Weeks stands in, takes the first pitch he sees, strike at the knees, 0-1. So, to refresh the people at home, the ground rules here, that blue part of the outfield wall, that is in play.
Mm-hmm.
Which, one of the things that I'm not a big fan of.
No, they shouldn't have a double wall there, but apparently they, I don't know, feel like it prevents less home runs. Who knows?
Square to bunt, Weeks fouls that one back.
The dimensions are similar to a Major League ballpark, regardless if you have a double level wall out there or not. You know, you don't need to have a green monster in every ballpark, especially when you're going 350 feet out down the right field line, or 342 anyway.
I don't know. I think that double wall could probably be cut down in half.
That's what I'm thinking. Let's remove it tonight after the game. See what they say.
Hey, you know, I keep a blowtorch in my trunk.
You too?
0-2 the count. Never know when you're going to need one. There's a foul off to the right. Out of play. Look out. And nobody harmed in the making of that foul ball. We'll do 0-2 all over again. Weeks stands in. Rodriguez Costa takes his lead off second. Swing and a miss, and Weeks goes down swinging for out number 1.
Second strikeout of the game for McGeorge. He also struck out Ligoni to end the second inning. Here we are with 1 out now, back to the top of the order, and Dumas stepping back up to the plate, the ever-speedy center fielder for the Skunks.
Top of the order.
See if he lays down a bunt here to advance the runner with 1 out.
Possible. And the first pitch, no bunt shown. That one taken up high for a ball. 1-0 the count. One here in the bottom of the third inning. And the pitch. Way up high, 2-0.
On second thought, it'd probably be a more effective strategy if there was no outs on the board.
I mean, well, yeah. But still, you know, 2 outs and a runner
and
at third.
Dumas has proven he can run out a bunch, so.
Yeah.
But either way, he's also a quality hitter when he just swings away.
There's a ground ball to second. That'll act as the sacrifice as Thompson has it, throws on to first. 2 away as Rodriguez Costa advances to third, and that's going to bring up the big designated hitter, Jacob Haynes.
Haynes did get a base hit back in the first game of this doubleheader. He was 1 for 3 on the day, had an RBI and also scored a run. He can come in clutch now and regain the lead for the team with a base hit right now.
Go-ahead run 90 feet away in the first pitch. It's a curveball that catches the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count. Nolan Smith on deck. He would hit next if Haynes can extend this inning. And the 0-1. There's a high fly ball left field. Going back on it is Kirwan. Still going back. And it is gone! Jacob Haynes with a 2-run homer here in the bottom of the third inning to give the Tarp Skunks a 3-1 lead.
Great job. That hung in the air forever. I wasn't sure if it was going to come down outside of the fence. It looked like it may drop right at the warning track the way it was carrying up in the air there, but we don't have much wind here, so he put a lot of power behind it. It lofted way up there, entered the stratosphere, and came down on the other side of the wall. A great home run for the Skunks to retake the lead 3-1, and we are now back in the lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Great job by Haynes. Clutch. To be sure.
Hit it high and watch it fly as Nolan Smith stands in now, takes the first pitch he sees for a ball. It's 1-0.
So that's a second extra base hit that we saw in this inning for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks.
That one should be worth double money as that one's fouled back. 1-1 the count. Absolutely electric. Sixth Jamestown Tarp Skunks home run on the season, first here at Detrick Park.
It's the first one this season at Detrick Park, huh? It's your first home run you call. Well, you probably have seen visiting team hit a home run.
I've called two visiting home runs with
right.
a lot less enthusiasm. As there's a ground ball towards second, Thompson with it, throws on to first, and the side retired, but the damage done on the Jacob Haynes home run. We head to the top of the fourth inning. It's 3-1 Tarp Skunks.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
And welcome back. Top of the fourth inning here. The Skunks back in the lead, 3-1 over the visiting Auburn Doubledays in this game 2 of a doubleheader. Skunks fans, celebrate that win or eat your feelings with Honest John's. Crispy wings, melty pizza, and online ordering. That's fast and easy. Visit honestjohns.pizza tonight.
Well, today has been the perfect example of why you drop everything and come on down to the ballpark on buyout night. Game 1, you get a no-hitter. Game 2, you get a 2-run bomb by your designated hitter. 3-1 Tarp Skunks with the lead going into the top of the fourth inning. As Nick Iannello starts his fourth inning of work, throws the first pitch to DeCesar, the catcher for the Doubledays, for a ball, 1-0.
DeCesar heading into a double play back in the first inning. His only at-bat, he's 0 for 1 on the day.
Takes that one outside, 2-0. Iannello has gone 3 so far. Given up a couple of hits, no runs, 45 total pitches. So that one's fouled off at the plate.
Yeah, we'll remind our viewers, no runs given up because the one run that was scored was off of an error.
Unearned. That seems to be, a lot with the Tarp Skunks this season. If you go through their pitching staff and you look at the difference between runs and earned runs, there's a significant difference there. As there's a ground ball, one hopper to Marshall at short, throwing to first. Easy peasy, one away. And that's going to bring up Nick Izzo.
Nick Izzo flew out to right field, his first at-bat. Yeah, we talked about this at the start of the doubleheader, how the Skunks came into today 11-10, but they very easily could have been 13-8 or maybe even 14-7, but they've had a few games where this went off the rails with errors and unearned runs being allowed. But the pitching has been solid. The hitting has been solid. And they sometimes just get in their own way and prevent themselves from getting a victory.
Yep, yips are contagious, and that's the one thing that they've been trying to cut down on. They've been playing a lot cleaner baseball over the last couple of days. And the 1-0, a little low, 2-0.
Well, it's been very clean baseball today. I mean, you're going to see an error in just about any ball game at any level. So seeing 1 or 2 errors on the board doesn't make me doesn't diminish the quality of play at all for the team. And we've seen some great baseball here in this doubleheader. And it's not done yet.
Izzo working the count to 3-0. He flew out to right his first time up to end the first. As Iannella back in the zone, snaps that one in for a strike. And it's 3-1. Iannello kicks and throws the 3-1. Ground ball toward Marshall. That's short again. Picked up, throw on to first. And Marshall continues to play stellar defense at short. 2 down for the shortstop, Adam Sullivan.
Yeah, he's a human vacuum cleaner out there, picking up anything and everything that comes his way. Sort of a black hole out there at the shortstop position, doing a great job.
7 putouts through 2 games. And a lot of work out there at shortstop. Sullivan takes the first pitch he sees for a strike. It's 0-1. And the pitch in the dirt. 1-1. Fishbein on deck. Would hit if Sullivan can extend the inning. And the 1-1 outside. 2-1. Skunks looking to close out the month of June with a win, as that one's fouled off to the left and out of play. That evens up the count at 2-2. They'll be taking on Niagara all 3 games this upcoming week. Tuesday at Niagara, Thursday here at Jamestown, Saturday back at Niagara, as a swing and a foul tip into the glove of Borchardt and the 3rd out of the inning. Nothing doing for the Doubledays as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Tarp Skunks 3 and the Doubledays 1.
We have Bremer.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
And welcome back. It's a new day at Pearl City Hops, located in the Doubletree by Hilton at 150 West 4th Street in downtown Jamestown, New York. Go try their new food and drink menu offerings. Nothing pairs better than steak and frites with a smoked cinnamon cocktail. Come check out their Music Monday series on the 4th Street patio or karaoke on Thursdays. Pearl City Hops, where good times are always on tap.
Good job, steak and frites. Now I really want one. Justin Bremner swings at the first pitch he sees and flies it out to center. Easy play for Meyer as he puts it away for out number 1.
That'll bring Borchardt, the catcher, up to the plate. He walked in the second inning to start the second inning and ended up scoring the first run of the ball game.
Yep, on Don Costello's sacrifice fly.
Also had a stolen base in there as well.
Yeah.
He really was busy.
Takes the first pitch he sees for a strike, 0-1. Most important thing, though, he got his uniform dirty. That's what I like to see out of a baseball player. I'm of the opinion that if your uniform ain't dirty, you haven't played, as he lines out to Fishbein at first. And with that, there are 2 away.
Marshall stepping up now, the shortstop for the Skunks. The always dependable shortstop on defense. He grounded out back in the second inning.
And he grounded out to short, surprisingly. That's ironic. First pitch taken low for a ball. He's had 7 defensive putouts at shortstop, and his first at bat, he grounds out to his counterpart.
Hey, he likes the shortstop position.
Baseball. As that curveball breaks in for a strike, 1-1. I think Marshall deserves a most valuable stinker nod just for how dependable he has been, nicknaming him Hoover today. Or, we could do Dyson or Oric or, whatever.
Kirby.
Ooh, I like that. We're going to start calling him Kirby.
The Kirby vacuum.
There we go.
They still make those? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I'm going to go with it.
I had a friend who was a Kirby vacuum door-to-door salesman, which nobody ever does door-to-door sales anymore. But back in the day, everyone was a door-to-door sale. The encyclopedia guy came up to our house at least once every other week, it seemed like, he always would give you the first encyclopedia free, so I was very smart and well-knowledge that anything that started with the letter A. But then my parents never got any additional encyclopedias, so I was stuck just being an expert on all things letter A.
Ground ball toward the hole at third, picked up by Vasquez. Throw on to first in time. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, nothing doing for the Tarp Skunks. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Jamestown still in control. It's 3-1.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
Jamestown Tarp Skunks fans, don't forget to come on out this Thursday night as the Niagara Ironbacks come into town for 4th of July. It's fireworks night here at the ballpark, presented by Jamestown Mattress Company. 6:30 first pitch, and then fireworks after the game. Then next Sunday, Newark in town for another double dip, 4 and 6:30 p.m. Then Monday night, Auburn returns to Detrick Park for $2 night, $2 bleachers, tickets, soda, and beer. You're not going to want to miss that. Go to JamestownTarpSkunks.com for more information.
Well, Fishman stepping up to the plate here for the Auburn Doubledays to start off inning number 5. The Skunks up 3-1.
And Ianello's first pitch taken for a ball, 1-0. Fishbein 0 for 1 in game number 2. Game number 1, 0 for 2. So, quiet afternoon for him as he fouls that one at the plate. 1-1. Fishbein, Vasquez, and Schwake due up here.
Getting the shadow creep now across the field as we get into the later stages or early part of this evening, and the sun slowly sets in the west.
That's the one disappointing part about having game 2 of a doubleheader, and it's going to end before we get to see the spectacular sunset over the hills. That's my favorite part of coming to a Tarp Skunks game, is you get that between the 3rd and the 5th inning, get that beautiful sunset.
Yeah, especially when there's clouds in the sky. We mentioned it earlier. There isn't any here today, which is wonderful, beautiful. But when you do get, a little bit of a cloud and the sun hits the clouds just right, it makes you want to just get out the easel and the paintbrushes and put down the broadcasting microphone and just get a little poetic with your artistic abilities, if you know what I mean.
2-2 fouled straight back. Walt Whitman would kill to paint this picture today. No wind, no clouds. Maybe throw a Bob Ross contribution in for some happy little trees all over the place, but it is gorgeous here tonight.
A lot of people missing out.
2-2. Breaking ball just misses. 3-2.
Fishman, incidentally, grounded out in his first at-bat here back in the second inning.
And the 3-2 is a fly ball, center field. Dumas has to chase back on it a couple of steps, puts it up, and that is out number 1. Out number 1, and that's going to bring up the 7th place hitter, third baseman Alex Vasquez. Vasquez 0 for 1, got caught looking back in the second inning. There's a foul at the plate. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, Vasquez is one of 3 strikeouts so far on the day for Ionella.
The only one looking, though.
Mm-hmm. Bobby Fischer. Where is he? Right? Searching for Bobby Fischer? Looking? Never mind.
Ground ball to short. Marshall deep at short. Throw on a first in time. And the side is retired. Or no, it's not. It's 2 outs. You know how you watch those baseball games where the outfielder catches it with 2 outs and starts running into the dugout and 3-run scores? That just happened to me.
Right.
There's your verbal error of it. Well,
our producer today, Justin Gould, also made that mistake, thinking 2 outs was the end of one of the innings earlier on. So it happens.
Yeah.
Nobody bats 1,000, not even in the broadcast booth.
Parker Schwake stands in, takes the first pitch he sees for a strike. 0-1 the count. 3-1 Tarp Skunks with the lead. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Doubledays. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Tarp Skunks. One of those hits, a massive 2-run home run off the bat of Jacob Haynes. First Tarp Skunk to homer here at Detrick Park this season. As that one low and away.
Yeah, that home run, as we measured, close to 350, if not 360 feet, but it probably went just as high in the air. It was just a skyscraper.
And the pitch is a fly ball out to center. Dumas tracks under it, puts it away for out number 3. Nothing doing for Auburn. It's 3-1 Skunks as we send it down to our field reporter, Sebi Gibbs. Sebi. Yeah, that's you. Go ahead, buddy. Well, we're having some technical difficulties. We'll try to get Sebi back when we come back from break. Stand by, Sebi. Stand by, everyone. We're going to send it to break. We'll be back.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
Welcome back to Detrick Park. CCS-TV is your home for local student voices. On Roku, YouTube, your mobile device, or at ccs-tv.com. And don't miss out on exclusive content. Follow at CCS Television on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. CCS is the exclusive home of Tarp Skunk Baseball in 2025. We're proud to be part of the CCS TV team here. Jason Sample and Dre Guinness.
As that one's fouled off. 2-1. It's Costello Ligoni and JRC. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa due up here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Tarp Skunks with a 3-1 lead, trying to sweep this all-important doubleheader to close out the month of June. There's a ground ball to first. Nice diving stop by Fishbein. Throw on to first. George, good job covering. 3-1 on the putout, and that's one away.
Yeah, great defensive effort there by the first baseman for the Doubledays to put one away. I thought for just a split second he wouldn't get there, and then I realized, yeah, he's pretty tall. He'll be able to jump over there. Good job by the pitcher as well, McGeorge, to know where he needs to go to put that out. So here we are with one away.
Ty Ligoni stands in, struck out looking his first time up. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Ligoni walked and grounded out to third in game one. As that one taken for a strike on the inside. 0-2. Ligoni's kind of cooled off here as of late. Watches that one outside. 1-2. Looking for that one spark, that one hit to turn things around here. And the 1-2. Ooh, and that comes in and hits him. Ligoni staring at him and having some words. No intent.
Yeah, I think McGeorge is making that case. Is listen, it wasn't intentional at all. But Ligoni, not happy. Didn't feel too good, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And he made sure that was known to the pitcher. All the same, he's on first base now with one out. And we have Rodriguez Costa, who hit a double to lead off the third inning and was one of the 2 runs scored in that home run that was hit a few batters later by Haynes.
Yeah, Rodriguez Costa didn't miss a home run of his own right by much as a throw over to first base. Perhaps a little message sent over to Ty Ligoni by Matt McGeorge.
No, Rodriguez Costa's hit in the third inning. Missed clearing the wall in right field by probably 8 to 10 feet or so. It wasn't much. It bounced off of the wall. And we got into the conversation of maybe removing the top half of that wall just to help out some of these batters the next time around.
As that one's fouled straight back, close to us. And bouncing back on the field. Not a fan of that.
Good way to check your reflexes.
One of these days, one of those are coming in here.
It happens. Infrequently, but it happens.
As the 1-1 misses outside 2-1. Eric Weeks on deck. Tarp Skunks looking to get some insurance here, as that one's fouled back again. Rodriguez Costa is right on top of these pitches, just missing the barrel by about anywhere between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. And if he's able to barrel one up, he might have a shot over that wall in right. 2-2. Called strike 3.
That was a high strike. That's all I'll say about that, but he was caught looking.
Did not like it. He goes down for out number 2, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Eric Weeks, who struck out his first time up in game 2.
Yeah, 3 strikeouts so far for Matt McGeorge, the visiting pitcher here in Jamestown on the day.
Weeks 1 for 2 in game 1 as McGeorge continues to throw over to Lagoni.
And just 2 hits given up by McGeorge, in spite of it being a 3-1 lead for the Tarp Skunks.
And the first pitch to Weeks taken high for a ball. 1-0 the count. Top of the order, Dumas on deck, if they're able to extend the inning here. That breaking ball missing low, 2-0. Weeks with speed. Lagoni has some speed too. If they can get something down the line, could generate some offense here. Is that one way up? 3-0. And on a 3-0, he's probably going to have the red light here.
Yeah, he's just going to rest that bat right on his shoulders, and it's going to be up to McGeorge to send it down the middle.
3-0. Way up high. And Weeks draws a 2-out walk. Lagoni moves to second. And with 2 outs, top of the order for Matthew Dumas.
Maybe a bit of fatigue here for McGeorge is hitting the first batter, or rather the second batter he faced in this inning. Of course, he did strike out Rodriguez Costa on a questionable pitch, and that will walk here. So they are going to come out and talk with him just a little bit to measure him up and see how his arm's feeling and how he's doing. We are now in the bottom of the 5th inning. He is the starting pitcher, so at about this time in the ball game, you typically do see the fatigue starting to set in for a lot of pitchers, right, Trey?
Absolutely. No activity in the Auburn Doubledays bullpen. I can tell you right now that McGeorge threw 64 pitches. Nick Iannello at 72.
Not an exorbitant amount of pitches thrown then.
No, both pitchers doing a very good job managing their workload. And that's the sign of a next-level pitcher, is being able to manage that workload, especially when you're running into traffic on the base paths. Working yourself in and out of trouble. As Matthew Dumas stands in, he is grounded out to second twice. Runners at first and second in the first pitch. Finds the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, Dumas is 1 for 5 on the day today. He was 1 for 3 in the doubleheader. Game number 1, and of course, 0 for 2 so far in this game.
Ooh, Dumas with a big hack at an off-speed pitch. 0-2 the count.
Now he's got to protect that plate with a 0-2 count with 2 outs here.
It's been a bit of an interesting inning here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on ground ball toward first. Snagged by Fishbein. He will take it to the bag himself. And the side is retired. Nothing doing for the Skunks. They leave 2. We head to the top of the 6th inning. It's 3-1 Skunks.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
Probably coming to see my cousin play.
Who's your cousin?
Branston Lindquist.
Nice. And then, if you were on the Tarp Skunks, what position would you play?
Catcher. My cousin got me into it when I was 4.
Nice. And then, what would be your walk-up song and why?
Crazy Town by Jason Aldean. Just a big country Jason Aldean fan.
Okay. Thank you so much. You have a good one.
Thank you, you too.
Back to the booth.
Thank you very much, as Nick Iannello starting his next inning of work it's going to be Smith. Let's see. Smith.
Thompson, and then Kerwin.
There we go. Back to the top of the order. All confused here. That ball missing. 2-0.
Smith here, the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 6th inning, was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance.
Scored a run, takes a strike down the gut. 2-1 the count.
Do you have a pitcher warming up for the Tarp Skunks? Yeah, he still is, and you've got the name there, but
Jason Brown is that one up high. 3-1.
almost brushed him again on the right, rather left shoulder, but no harm, no foul, and the count is 3-1 here.
And the 3-1, there's a high chopper toward short. Marshall has it. Long throw over to first. In time. That's his best play of the day. And he continues to put out a defensive clinic at shortstop, one away, for the 10th place hitter, Josh Thompson.
Nothing routine about that either. It was a chopper. He had to be aggressive once he knew that it was going to be in his glove, but he didn't have much time to transfer it over and make the throw.
Yeah, it's hard to read those high choppers, especially when the bounce is 10, 15 feet in front of you. As that first pitch comes up high and bouncing off the glove of Nathan Borchardt. 1-0 the count. For Thompson, he singled and then was caught stealing in a ridiculous rundown as he flies that one out to center. Dumas under it, puts it away for an easy out, number 2. It's kind of been Dumas and Marshall on defense here today.
Yeah, they've gotten the bulk of the hits coming their way. Whenever we've seen a hit, we've seen a lot of balls in play, but they didn't end up being hits. So if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Of course, we had a no-hitter in game number 1, but it relies on defense to have a no-hitter a lot of times, and we saw that last game and this game.
And the first pitch to Tommy Kerwin taken outside for a ball. 1-0.
3 hits given up by the Skunks, but 2 of those 3 hits were the first 2 batters that Iannella faced, and he's really settled in since then.
Yep. Next pitch, fastball at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Kerwin has one of those hits, led off the game with a single, was stranded at third in the first inning, and he's also reached on an error by Tylagoni at second. As that one taken for a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 the count.
That error yielded the unearned run that the Doubledays currently have on the scoreboard, making it 3-1.
2-2. 2 outs. The pitch. Weak chopper toward third. Weeks has to charge it, throw to first. In time! They got him! And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 3-1 Skunks.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
And welcome back to Detrick Park as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Tonight's coverage comes to you live from the Wegmans broadcast booth where fresh calls meet fresh ingredients. Whether you're in the mood for a hot meal, a fresh salad, or a quick snack for the game, Wegmans has you covered, helping you live better, eat better, and cheer harder. That's the Wegmans way. Danny's favorite. Jason's favorite as well.
Jacob Haynes stands in, takes the first pitch he sees for a ball as Matt McGeorge continues his 6th inning of work. Jacob Haynes 1 for 2 on the day. The one was a bomb, a 2-run jack to left field back in the 3rd inning, and that's the difference in this game. So he takes that one for a strike, goes 1-1. I'm surprised it took this long for Skunks to get a home field home run, as that one's a shot into left center field. Kierwin has a play on this one, though, and puts it away for out number 1.
So what away here? We're approaching already the tail end of this game, number 2. It's only a 7-inning affair. The Skunks currently up by 2 runs here, trying to add some insurance, and the Doubledays have only 3 outs remaining to cut into that 2-run lead.
As Nolan Smith stands in 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Fouls off the first pitch he sees, 0-1. It's been high-quality baseball today, even going back to last night in Niagara Falls where the Tarp Skunks won 3-2 in 10 innings. It was one of those games where everything needed to go right, and it did.
Well, it takes some time for a team to gel and the players to all mesh together. And, you know, here we are in the fourth week, we'll say, of the season. It's a short season, but you would think it would take several games for them to get on the same page, and they're definitely showing it these past couple of games.
As that one bouncing well in front of the plate. 2-2 the count. And Matt McGeorge having a smile with the home plate umpire. You know, it's been good chemistry between the home plate umpire and both catchers here tonight. You'd like to see that. As the 2-2 pitch comes in, that one way off the plate, 3-2. Did you ever umpire at any level?
No, I don't think I've ever umpired that I can recall. Like, you know, Sunday slow pitch even. I don't think I've really even bothered to do it then.
I did it, you know, back in high school. I did a couple of years right when my playing days ended. As there's a reach out and a ground ball to second. Picked up and throw on to first. 2 away. And that'll bring up Justin Bremner.
give a lot of credit to anybody who wants to be an umpire at any level, though, because, everyone's your critic, and nobody compliments you for doing the job right. And a good 95% to 99% of the time, umpires get it right. But it's that 1 or 2% of the time that they get it wrong that everybody really, gives them a lot of grief about. So I give anyone credit who wants to be an umpire and actually sticks with it.
As Bremner stands in, takes the first pitch he sees for a ball. 1-0.
We heard Branson Lundquist's name being mentioned. His father, Ben Lundquist, I went to high school with at Falconer. He was a professional baseball umpire all the way up to AAA, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, very nice.
And yeah, I would love to sit down and ask him some stories he's had about some incidents, but I think it was pretty vanilla for him in terms of nothing really capturing the ire of a player or a manager.
Oh, I had the ire of one manager for 2 consecutive years. Swing and a miss, 2-1. It was back when I was umpiring for a little league in Dublin, California. And there was a team, there was the A's and the Giants, and they were playing in a epic game toward the end of the first season that I was playing. And I was the home plate umpire, and I missed a call at the plate that went against the A's, and his manager had it out for me. As that next pitch, missing outside, 3-1. And it turned into such a thing that over the course of the next year and a half, I ejected him 3 times.
Oh, no.
Twice before the ball game even started for getting in my face.
Yee.
Swinging, there's a line drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball, and it's going to be extra bases. Bremner rounds first. He's going to pull in and hold up at second with a stand-up double. $10 more into the Jamestown Boys and Girls Club pot. 2-out double, and that will bring up Nathan Borchardt.
Only the 3rd hit of the game for the Tarp Skunks, but a nice one for Bremner there, and it hit the line, just to an inch or so, a blade of grass over in fair territory. But a really nice shot there, a stand-up double, and a chance to get an insurance run here with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position with Borchardt stepping up to the plate.
With that double, we have hit exactly 30 extra bases. As there's a line drive into left center field, that's going to split the gap and go all the way to the wall. Bremner's going to score. Pulling into second is Borchardt with an RBI double, and it's 4-1 Skunks.
There's that insurance run. They can still add on more. Nice job by Borchardt coming in with the clutch hit there in the gap to drive in a run. Now he's in scoring position. And we are now at number 6 in the lineup, Marshall, coming up here, who is 0 for 2, so he's due for a hit here, or at least he's telling himself that, trying to keep the action going, a little 2-out lightning for his team, and maybe all we're going to see with McGeorge here, with 2 outs remaining. They're going to come in and talk it over with him to see if he has any fuel left in the tank. There is a pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Doubledays.
Well, this is going to be a Schultz Auto call to the bullpen on the second mound visit of the inning. Matt McGeorge, his day is done. We're going to step away, take a break. When we come back, we will have the new pitcher for the Doubledays. It's 4-1 Skunks.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
New Tarp Skunks pitcher is going to be
Doubledays pitcher.
Yep. Did I say Tarp Skunks?
I think you
pitcher?
might have said Tarp Skunks.
At this point, I don't know what comes out of my mouth. I think we had that conversation when we did the interview with CCS. I don't know what comes out of my mouth half the time. Herzog has one appearance on the season, has only pitched 1 inning, faced 2 hitters, and walked 1 of them. So, rather unknown commodity on the mound for the Auburn Doubledays as he will face the Tarp Skunk shortstop, 6th place hitter Brady Marshall. 0 for 2 today.
Yeah, just trying to get his team out of this inning with 2 outs on the board, but 1 run being given up here and another potential threat of a run with a runner at second. Marshall looks at that first pitch, low and inside for a ball. 1-0 the count.
So now I got to ask you the question. If you're Frank Jagoda with Nick Iannello, who has already thrown 84 pitches, do you bring him out for the 7th, or do you make the change to Jason Brown?
I don't know. You've got a hot hand, a pitcher who's doing well. You've got a 3-run lead. If the pitcher feels good, let him do the complete game. Abbreviated game, but still a complete game, 7 innings. And he's making quick work of these batters so far, except for those first 2 he faced in the start of the ball game. He's looked exceptionally well.
Marshall takes a strike on the outside corner, 2-1 now.
No runs given up. Remember, that was an unearned run, the only run that was scored today. So I would say if he's up for it, put him out there and see what he does against the first couple of batters. I have a feeling he'll do well.
That one, breaking ball, catching the outside, 2-2. I think, I can confidently look at today's action, both Game 1 and Game 2, and say this is the best string of baseball the Tarp Skunks have put together so far this season.
Yeah, they're really firing on all cylinders, playing near flawless baseball. And, you hear the term putting on a clinic a lot, but, I mean, this is for the youngsters to come out here and watch how clean baseball can be played. This really is sort of a clinic for a lot of fans and players as well.
As that ball bouncing in the dirt, scooting away from DeCesar. Scampering over to third is Borchardt, and so the count goes full, 3-2. So, insurance run 90 feet away. And I think if for some reason Borchardt's able to come in to score, you leave Iannella out there because the save opportunity's gone for Jason Brown. As that pitch taken outside for a ball, and with 2 outs, that's going to put runners at the corner for Dom Costello. I'm actually of the mind where I would want to leave Iannello in anyways, just to give him the opportunity. But then again, you also have to weigh in, how many pitches, how many innings does he have left?
And I don't know if, his coach back in college wants X number of innings pitched throughout the summer season or per game. There's a nice hit, but it wouldn't drop soon enough. So that's a fly ball to center field to close out this inning, but not until after a run is scored. An insurance run for the Skunks, making it 4-1 here through 6 innings of a 7-inning affair. The final frame coming up in just a moment here on CCS-TV.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
And welcome back to Detrick Park here for the 7th inning of a game number 2 of a doubleheader here. Only 7 innings for each game, so this is the final frame. 3 outs remaining for the Auburn Doubledays to try to cut in to that 3-run lead for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, who are leading 4-1 here. And Jason Sample along with Dre Guinness. We also have Sebi Gibbs here up back with us after roving the sidelines there. Sebi, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, you see this bee flying in and out of our studio here. I figure if I don't bother him, he won't bother me.
No, that's a murder hornet. He's just huge. That's a flying jerk. Right
That's
there.
Ralph. He'll be fine as he stings me on the forehead and I have to be sent to the emergency room. All the same, though, Sebi, nice work with the interviews. Interviewing Frank Jagoda in game number 1. Interviewing, of course, the pitcher who threw the complete game shutout no-hitter. Penzick?
Yeah.
And then you also talked with a fan who liked country music, but we won't hold that against him.
Yeah.
No one's perfect.
It happens.
Yeah, that's also Branston Lindquist's cousin.
Okay, so we'll give him. We'll cut him a little slack. As due up for the Auburn Doubledays, facing the new Jamestown Tarp Skunks pitcher Jason Brown. It's going to be Meyer, DeCesar, and Izzo 2, 3, 4. For Jason Brown, well, he has had a pretty solid season. 1 save in 6 2/3 innings. He's given up 5-6, 6 runs, 3 of those earned. Has a 1.98 ERA, a 1.02 WHIP. Has walked 8, struck out 11 in the first pitch. Out to center field, Dumas camps under it for out number 1. All right, it's that time. Who is going to be everyone's most valuable stinker in this one? I normally pass it off, but I'm going to take the low-hanging fruit on this one and go with Jacob Haynes with that big 2-run home run.
You would have to think it would be Haynes, although Ionelli throwing 6 innings of great ball, unearned run, only run on the board, so he didn't give up a run. It might have to be co-stinkers here. You might have to share the stench.
No, that's all right. What do you got, Sebi?
So, it was kind of hard for me to watch the complete game, trying to find everyone that I could. So I'm going to hand this to the entire Tarp Skunks team. I think for both games they played great, getting 2 wins, throwing perfect game, and they played great. 4 runs on the board. Jacob Haynes 2-run home run, a lot of base hits.
That actually goes right into what we were talking about before Sebi came into the booth. It's been a complete effort by the Tarp Skunks, so I will allow that. As Brown bounces that one in the dirt, 2-1.
I don't know if you had a chance to hear us calling any of the games, Sebi, while you were down roving either of the sides, but we were talking about the exceptional defense we've seen here, especially from the shortstop and the center fielder, Marshall and Dumas. And you're right, it really has been near flawless baseball today for both games.
Speaking of Marshall, ground ball to him. He throws it a little high. Smith with the tag. And there are 2 outs. And the Doubledays are down to their final hitter.
He wanted to give Smith a little bit of a work out there, reaching for it. He wanted to test how high he could jump there. We were complimenting Marshall all game. That's the one thing I hate to do during a game is to give too many compliments to any particular player, because the second you give anyone a compliment, they're bound to do something wrong afterward. Or at least that's what I was always told by my employer, who never complimented me for anything. John, why don't you ever compliment me? Well, when I do, you do something wrong.
Ground ball to short. This should do it. Marshall, why not? And the Tarp Skunks close out the doubleheader, a 2-game back-to-back sweep on the strength of Nick Ionella's 6 strong innings pitched. Jason Brown will get the save. Jacob Haynes with a big 2-run home run as the Tarp Skunks sweep the Auburn Doubledays here today in the doubleheader. The next time we are on the air with you is going to be Thursday night, July 3rd, as the Niagara Ironbacks come into town. It is fireworks night here at Detrick Park. You are not going to want to miss it. Always a great time out and a great way to celebrate our nation's birthday. For Sebi Gibbs, for Jason Sample, for everyone in the production booth, I'm Dre Guinness. Until Thursday, we'll see you then. This is Dre Guinness saying good night, everybody.